risk assets have seen some of the deepest pullbacks even before the interest rate driven.
I'm actually looking at it. I'll do it, but the problem is, even if I was good at one of these jobs I'm about to mention inside here, the help wanted section out here in some rinky-dink town, what I get is nice to put out the vote. You say, hey, if there's anybody out there, here's your fair opportunity, something screwed up here. Director of Community Mental Health Service for 100K. Well, 94,445 to 199 2K a year. Huh? That'd be my first note. Economic development. No. The round off goes back into the pot. Whatever community things were in what it is. You get paid plenty. And then some. And the Economic Development Specialist, Director of Community Mental Health Service, Economic Development Specialist. At 100K for mental health crew, you're scared of it. Me? I'll pen it anywhere I want. I'll make 40K, and I'll have 2 case studies for 20. Right, and then whatever change is left over, have a pizza party or something. In there, just for that mental health being frame rates, schizo personality, manic bipolar, different states of men and women Vitruvian physics at that level can augment the physics in such a way that the economic development specialist would be able to back up that because they know they have that kind of value on the routing as far as bus drivers are concerned. Along with West Lumber and Brodsky's Lumber. But for me, that's what it is. I'm going to locked up. It doesn't say it here as far as a master's, bachelor's degree. They'll even tell you they'll give you student forgiveness on loans and things like that. But what if we don't need it? What if your only standard on what it was is that kind of happened before, Director of Information Technology, 70K. I got posted, I got stamps. Mark there at least. And that'll be my memo for later when something like that and people generally get upset, let's call it. Or, Charlie out there talking about how the poor should, not put up with that bullshit as far as what it is inside the house. Because I need that grocery store to go wherever the last place was working on a stable contract about where they were getting their freaking corn and lettuce. And we're going to go back to that because that's the way it is. Hopefully me as a new client inside here and I come to find out that they were dealing with all kinds of bullshit when we were in the same house.
In a different developer.
Apophis is going to put it where Apophis wants it. With that said, human error in Jupiter's position, and whether it's a black hole, sun, or planet,
is endemic to the whole economy there, and I think that we ignore it at our own peril. But
sometimes it is, and in that way, we're benefiting on that. It's a known thing to play Jupiter as a sun that is not taken to full fission. But there's a liquid hydrogen core that might as well be a dark star down there. And if you did the math, the Newton-Curly-Coulomb, it would do this. Failure-proof constitution and doing it faster than an infinite amount of time to say, remember what it was like as a student in there to get smoked like that? You're going to need to pull that one off again. And then you're going to get another one later on when this is done. Or you'd argue with Bones, I can't until. I have so many hours a day, I had a goal trying to get to that. And yeah, you might not hit that goal. You may not be exactly the number of this percentage. It's 6.6 for gravity, 10 to the whatever, and 7 for something else.
Carson, where does it manifest itself the most in
to do it all?
Mind? What is your
it would turn into this. That's what, on paper, why it takes an infinite amount of time with an infinite amount of variables between the
and their economic viability.
Pies, round off, pouring concrete in the PRT. And if you take it there, yeah, you're going to wind up with enough energy to keep CERN and ITER going forever, but we just need a concrete pour in a circle, kid.
Until about a year and a half ago, just would always hear Western economists laud.
Well, there you go. It's not China when you talking about Home Depot. It is 3 billion laborers and workers over there that are in the same factory that has shoulder-to-shoulder harassment problems, AR, teardowns like anybody else. We're going to talk about that block overhead like it was your Mason's Rock right now. You have to tell me why that was a better energy, demon core stuff of everything is radioactive at that point. Because you'll get hurt. You'll get how dangerous is that? And if everybody else knew that's what it was, and we started to do that camera review like that, read technique of evidence inside a
if you take a look at a lot
what
of
was
Fortune
left,
500 CEOs,
you can get
they
Carl
appear
Sagan
pretty
and Fogg
sanguine.
talking about nuking
And
Mars, which
you
isn't
might say,
Elon
well,
and
you know what, if
GPT-3
these
dealing
guys,
with.
if they're okay with investing more money in mainland China and they're not really panicked, and this also ties into the scenario in which China attacks Taiwan. If they're not panicked, maybe I should.
Where's Joe and Elon
maybe I should
today?
be okay with it. But I would point this out, and this is a reality
Starlink
of
is
the world.
Ukraine,
certainly
it's a
you
bunch
see
of
this
other
in asset
things that's going to play
allocation.
into the system.
If you zig when
I mean, if
everybody
not
else
NASA
zigs, and you all
satellites to
zig off
check
the
on
cliff,
the Nordstrom right now,
you're
whose
not-
am I using?
You're not going to really suffer adverse
And
professional
yeah,
consequences.
Lockheed
for
Martin,
that.
you ain't
You
kidding.
zig when everybody else zags, and it doesn't go well. Then
Soldiers
you're going
get
to have
paid
a
X.
problem.
They
So
get paid to
just
get shot,
because
do
all
most of the time
these
training.
people,
It's
all these
generally on the
Fortune 500
Marshmallow
CEOs
exchange,
are
well
willing
played,
to
and
increase their bets in China that they had
yeah, you
already
push
made.
that and it works.
Don't
And
take that
put your hand in the
as
bullet ants,
them
right?
being
That's what it
smart money
takes.
here. And by the way, the China invasion of Taiwan, in the scenario in which
And
China
you know, even
invades
a farmer,
Taiwan,
Granny,
it
here's a
is
gun. There's
the biggest
aliens and
issue.
zombies that
There
are
is
trying to
no
eat us. I mean,
issue
that or you're going to get
in
eaten.
investing in China or Asia
At
that
least there.
surpasses that. And, you know, like how do you know? Like how do you know whether they really
There's
want
a
to bet that
difference
China
of like
does
we have
not
the
invade
ability
Taiwan?
to eminent
And what's
domain.
that based
There's
on? You know, 'cause they
I
need
have
the
to drag you
US?
out because you want to leave
wouldn't make that bet.
something that
Does that
into
mean
your
that
family's
Chinese
property
based
on
or
something
I
and it's
should say
old way
this,
Bushido appeared in
Taiwan-based
nonsense and or is it
manufacturers
just
and
bullshit?
semiconductor
And
companies are in your mind a hold right now. Don't touch them.
Well, it's
Earth is
interesting
not
because
any of those things.
if you're Taiwan,
Calm down, I
on one
guess,
hand you
right?
could say, hey, the smart thing to do might
Right,
be
Mike?
to
Whoa,
build
whoa,
fab
the people
capacity
are, they'll
elsewhere
tell
in
you
an area that
on
can't
what it
be
is, and it'll
attacked
light up
by
the
China.
room like
But
some
on the other hand,
shiny
if
prophet
you
of
wanna make
telling
sure that
some
the US and the
preacher to do
West
chemistry
rise
in the
to your
box or
rescue,
use
you don't do
Mandalovium
that.
or Carl
So,
Sagan.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Newton
I
curly
don't-
coulons,
I don't
ohms,
deal in
electricity.
ohms,
Oh,
but there's
oh,
obviously a lot of
not
risk
in this
there.
garden.
You know, there's a price for everything, but do the prices of these assets really
It's
reflect
all
that risk?
military, but you
Well, you have
company
to
command
ask
back to
yourself.
100K. It's
You could wait all night for an email response from Steve, who will sign back in at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Or you could find the answer right now in Slack and give Steve a break. Slack, where the future works.
the hell no, bro.